Bring yourself back to yourself and then to the meeting as a whole. Today's practice is going to be a brief exploration of the spinal series with an activating breath, just enough to get us focused and moving here, get the spine moving a little bit, waiting for this opportunity to feel into the day a little bit, and then we'll work with the breath to get ourselves centered and activated. So our activating breath is going to be a breath of fire. We're going to do 3 hand variations during that breath of fire. Now, tendency in breath of fire is to overdo the exhale. So let us remember that that's not the goal here. The goal is to be equal or equanimous or in equity between our inhalation and our exhalation. So we'll start with the hands on the knees. So take a moment if you need to switch your posture to find yourself in support. And then bring your hands to your knees, thumb and forefinger lightly touching, palms up if you feel like you need a little more inspiration. If you feel like you need a little more grounding, turn your palms down and allow your fingertips maybe to even grasp spread the top of the floor over your kneecaps if you are in fact seated cross-legged. But wherever you are, take a moment to settle into that posture and then reconnect with that elongated spine. Lengthen and align. Tuck the chin, feel that release, feel yourself centered here. We'll start with the hands on the knees. After 1 minute, we will move the arms out if you'd like, palms up from the shoulders if you like. And then after 1 minute of that, we'll bring the hands back to prayer at the chest in Anjali Mudra or prayer mudra, and we'll finish like that. Now, remember, it is your practice, and you're going to work at your rhythm and your pace because it's your breath, which may be different than mine as it should be. So just work in your own rhythm. You may be going faster or slower. That's absolutely okay. We're just going to be here, like I said, for a couple minutes. Okay, so let's take a cleansing breath to prepare. Full inhalation, complete exhale. Inhale to begin. And then begin to find your rhythm. Full exhale, maybe adding a little diaphragmatic movement. So maybe you pull a little bit back and down on the diaphragm on the exhale. Remembering to release the diaphragm and get the inhale to come on the release. Now, if you are pregnant or on your menstrual cycle, please do not pump your diaphragm. Just take long, deep inhales and exhales. No extra pumping needed there. Otherwise, just continue at your rhythm and your pace. Your breath, your practice. Body is very still. Awareness is on the breath in the nostrils. Focus is at the brow point if the eyes are closed, or just beyond the tip of your nose if your eyes are narrowed. And we're just breathing. That's all we're doing. It's simply breathing in and breathing out consciously. As you are called to do so, you may now take the arms out from the shoulders, palms up, continuing the breath. Now, if the arms get in the way of your breathing, just keep your hands neutral on the knees. It's fine. All we're doing with the arm movement is changing the focus of where the energy is circulating in the torso. But the breath is where the count is. The breath is where the work is. Be in your breath. In all of our practices today and every day, our focus is to be calm, steady, focused on the breath, and moving within our own body. If you like now, you bring your hands to prayer at your chest, continuing the breath. Again, just settling into your breath, finding your rhythm and being in your practice. On your next inhale, take a full inhalation. Release your hands back to your knees. Retain this breath gently while lifting at the base of the spine, at the pelvic bowl, at the heart, relaxing the shoulders, tucking the chin. Let everything settle to the center of your being. Just notice if you can be still. And as you are ready, release your lift, release your breath. Allow yourself to just be. Take a full inhale here. A complete exhale here. Notice what shifted for you. A little bit of breath work can do wonders to shift our mind state, bring us back into regulation, open us up to some energy. Notice your own experience. Notice what's happened for you. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a moment if you need to adjust your posture, to crisscross, different way. Bring your hands to your knees, and we're going to begin to circle. As you inhale, torso, circle your torso forward as you inhale, and exhale as you circle back. Little gentle circles, either direction, doesn't matter. We're going to go the other way in a moment, so just feel into that for a moment. Allow that to work for you. Just noticing a little bit of movement of the spine. We're rotating the spine against the fixed hip girdle here, just beginning to wake up the spine. Famous yogic teaching that we are only as old as our spine. So we do a lot of work in our yoga practice to move the spine in all directions in order to keep energy flowing through the spinal column. The spine is the central channel of our being, encasing all of our nerve endings from the central nervous system. The cerebrospinal fluid is what we want to have activated and energized and flowing up and down the spine from the base to the crown. Take a moment here and switch your direction. Whichever way you were going, begin your rotations in the opposite direction. And as you rotate in the opposite direction, notice that we are not fully symmetrical. So this may feel a little differently, and that's absolutely as it should be. The arrangement of the organs is not fully symmetrical within the body. And so we want to notice our differences here. And we're just breathing in and breathing out. A little gentle practice today. In all of our movements and all of our practice, remember it is your practice. So if anything is not working for you, that's absolutely okay. You're absolutely where you're supposed to be. And you'll listen to the wisdom of your own body. You are in your own space by design. In the privacy of your space, you are listening to my suggestions and offers and invitations, perhaps, but definitively, you are listening to your own body and allowing your own body to lead you and guide you and inform you as to what is right for you today. Take a full inhale, come back to neutral, full inhalation. And again, just gently retain this breath while lifting. Lift a root lock, engage from the base of the body, lift at the perineum, at the pelvic bowl. Relax the shoulders and tuck the chin. Feel everything settle. Be still. Notice. And as you're ready, release the lift, release the breath. Take a cleansing breath, full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, we're going to bring your hands to the shins if you're seated cross-legged, to the knees otherwise. And we're just going to begin this little movement. I'm going to turn sideways so maybe you can see this. On the inhale, we're arching the spine at the base of the spine. So the base of the spine may be moving a little bit forward, a very subtle movement here. Arching at the base of the spine, lifting the crown, lifting the heart. And on the exhale, we're rounding the spine, dropping the chin toward the chest. Inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, round and release. So we're just going to do that movement for a bit. Okay, so find your posture, take a full inhale, arch and lift the spine. Exhale, round and release. Now, again, you're going to begin to find your rhythm for this and your pace and your breath in your practice. And again, just gentle movement here. We're feeling into what it is like to add some flexion and inflection to our spinal column. Feeling all the joints perhaps articulate and noticing perhaps sometimes you can actually hear, if you're paying attention to your spine, you can hear your spine talking. And maybe your spine is saying, oh yeah, that's good. And maybe it's saying, I don't know. As we get older, we're all getting older. Breathe here. Inhales and exhales. Now, if you're seated cross-legged, take your hands out to your knees, and you may feel that that will open up a little bit more of your spine. If your hands are already at your knees, you're just going to keep moving from that position. And you may feel this more up into your middle spine now. And again, maybe not. Just feel what you're feeling, experience what you're experiencing, be in your own practice. Maybe as it begins to loosen up a little, maybe you feel like your rhythm can change, maybe not. Maybe you've got a nice, steady rhythm that's working for you. You can focus on your own experience a little bit. On your next inhale, straighten up and gently retain this breath while lifting. Again, engage your root lock. Lift at the base of the spine, at the pelvic bowl, at the heart. Relax the shoulders, tuck the chin, be very still, and notice now, where is your energy flowing now? Where is the tingle perhaps happening? What is your experience? What is shifting for you in your practice? Feeling into this posture today. And when you're ready, release your lift, release your breath, and take a full inhale, cleansing breath. And a complete exhale. All right. Our next movement, we're going to bring the hands across the body in front of the chest. So that's the opposite shoulder. Okay. We sit up straight again, making sure that spine is elongated and aligned. Making sure the base of support is firm in both the sits bones in the hips and in the base of the feet. And then we're simply going to lean to either side. So we're going to bring the spine to the left on the exhale. On the inhale, we'll come back to center. Exhale, we'll lean over to the right. So we're getting a lateral extension here in the side body, moving with your breath, finding again your rhythm. Exhaling down, inhaling up. At your rhythm, at your pace. In your practice. Feeling into your body. Is your body responding to this? So now we Did some rotation, and we did some flexion and inflection. Now we're doing some lateral movement. We'll do a couple more things as we go through this little group of exercises here, noted as the spinal series. A few more here. And when the next inhale, inhale up. Gently retain this breath as you, again, engage your root lock, lift at the base of the spine, the pelvic bowl. Chin is tucked, shoulders are relaxed, everything is centered in your being. Feel into this moment. And as you're ready, release your lift, release your breath, release your arms. Take a cleansing breath, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Find your supported seat. Extend your arms out again from the shoulders, palms up, and then fold the elbows and bring the hands so that the thumb hooks behind the shoulders and the four fingers hook in front of the shoulders. This is helps you lock in your torso here. Now, if this posture is not accessible or uncapable for you, just find a accessible posture for yourself. The inhale, we're going to twist now. So we're inhale to the left and then exhale to the right. So we're twisting the torso here with the breath, moving with the breath, finding again your rhythm. Be different for each of us, your pace. Finding that alignment of movement to breath. Again, we're calm, steady, focused on the breath, and moving within our own body. Fully waking up the spine here this morning, allowing energy to flow. Centering ourselves in ourselves and beginning our day with a little bit of alignment to our energetic source. Opening up the spine, letting everything flow. Finding that quality of life that comes from our focus on the breath. On the next inhale, come back to center. And again, gently retain the breath while lifting. Root lock, chin lock, shoulders relaxed, everything settled and still. And release the locks, release the breath. Take a cleansing breath and let it out. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. Complete exhale. Reestablish your lengthened spine in your firm seat. Bring your hands to your thighs, palms down, and we're simply going to do lifting of the shoulders. Now, the tendency, if you're not familiar with this movement, is to scrunch the neck. Let's try not to do that. So let's try to keep the shoulders relaxed, and then we're just simply lifting on the inhale and releasing on the exhale. So again, you'll find your rhythm, inhaling up, exhaling down. And then again, finding your pace in your practice. fast or slow, depending upon what feels right for your breath with this movement. The alignment of breath with movement. In all of our movements, we align the breath with the movement so that we can feel into that connection. Mind-body connection is what we're seeking here. And then recognizing how moving like this with that mind-body connection, simple little movements, we can be in a space of regulating our own mind state, our reactionary complex, our aspects of personality, our conditioned responses, whatever our habitual being. We can make changes to that just by simply altering our awareness from our normalized pattern of being. Couple more here. And inhale up. And again, gently retain, root lock, chin lock. Now the shoulders are up, but you can still relax them as you come center in your being. Be still. Notice your experience here. Move that spine in all the directions. Opening up and wakening up. And when you are ready, release your locks, release your breath. Take a cleansing breath. And as you sigh out your cleansing breath, let your chin drop lightly to your chest. Now, if you have any neck stress issues at all, then just simply do side to side movement of your head. Like, no, I'm not going to add any tension to my neck here. Otherwise, we're going to gently roll the neck. So as you inhale, you'll bring, let's say, right ear to right shoulder and chin to the ceiling. And as you exhale, you'll bring left ear to left shoulder and then chin to the chest. And just continue gentle neck rolls in one direction. No matter which way you went, we're going to go the other way in the moment. And just breathe here, very gentle with the breath. Just feeling into this movement. Now, the neck is the narrowest part of the body and contains all pathway for all of the connections between the brain and the body. So we want to be very gentle with ourselves here. And as we learn how to be gentle with ourselves in the neck, maybe we can expand from that and learn how to be gentle with ourselves everywhere. Kind, caring, compassionate, loving, all starts at home here. One more in this direction. And then switch, inhale, left ear, left shoulder, chin to the ceiling. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder, chin to chest. So gentle neck rolls in the opposite direction, moving with the breath. Now, I hope you were counting so that we can equalize our rolls in this direction. Don't want to be out of balance to start the day. I'm smiling. I hope it comes through in my voice here. It doesn't really matter. It's, again, not fully symmetrical. So one more in this direction. And then lift the chin. And then take a moment if you need to switch your cross or switch your posture into the cross of your legs, or to reestablish yourself in your seat if you're seated in your chair like I am. We're going to be in our guided rest here for a few moments. So we're going to practice here a little bit of just coming into stillness. So take a moment now, excuse me, to find your posture. Establish yourself, hands to the knees or perhaps to the lap, right palm resting atop the left palm, thumbs lightly touching, or, excuse me, hands to the knees and bring your thumb and forefinger together. Find your seat. We take our seat for meditation. Fine, excuse me. And then once you've established yourself, allow yourself to come centered. And then your goal here is to let go. Let go of any shaping of the breath, any shaping of the mind, any shaping of the body. To feel into . a sense of release, to feel into the supports. So whatever part of your body is in contact with the floor or the chair, just notice that sensation of connection. Notice that connection as support. Notice what it's like for you to be supported in this moment. Just allow yourself to be supported. See if you can let go into, so we say in some spaces, let go, let God, or let go, let gravity, but let go. Just let go. There's nothing you need to do here. You are in a space of rest, a space of being. Just be. However you are, just be. Just in this moment, be that. Allow yourself to be held and supported by gravity in the comfort of your own space. Allow yourself to just release any analysis, any conversation, certainly any competition, absolutely any condemnation. Just allow yourself to be resting here. And as you rest actively, as you let go actively, you're allowing the energetic flow to occur. And that energetic flow is working on your healing. Letting the practice settle into you at a soul level, at a cellular level, at an integration level, or integrating energetic flow throughout the being, trusting in ourselves and in our source in this moment that all is as it should be, that all is well, that all is well, that all manner of things are well. Allowing this moment to be. And perhaps noticing how this moment flows into this moment, which flows into this moment, which again flows into this moment. Now, finally, I'll invite you, if you have a mind that just has a very difficult time being, mind can be a wonderful servant. So let us suggest to that mind that just has a problem with being, that it assume a gently curious nature and take on a task of just simply tracking our body, beginning at the crown of the head, moving slowly and systemically down through the body to the soles of our feet, and simply looking to notice any areas of tension or tightness. Simply notice, nothing to do about that, just noticing. Gentle curiosity here. And we're going to do the next few minutes of rest in the cocoon and safety of the awesome power of silence. If perchance you notice that your attention has wandered away, I invite you to bring gratitude to that noticing and then gently and compassionately return your focus to your breathing. On your next inhale, I invite you to take a full inhalation. And as you exhale, if you choose to, allow your chin to drop gently toward your chest. When you are ready, and only when you are ready, slowly allow your eyelids to flutter open. Bring yourself back to yourself and gently bring yourself back into your body, perhaps wiggling your fingers and your toes, maybe rotating your wrists and your ankles, just reestablishing a little bit of energetic connection back to the body. Holding on to this state, stillness perhaps, the state of connection perhaps, state of awareness perhaps. Reconnecting with your breath. On your next inhale, I invite you once again to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space and to allow to arise in your heart space perhaps one more thing for which you are grateful. And then as you witness yourself in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice with me this morning. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, in closing, I invite you to maintain yourself here in grateful awareness, in witnessing awareness for as long as you like. And perhaps more importantly, when you do finally rise and go on about this Christmas Eve day, I invite you to please, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.